Why is it that black women often feel such a strong dislike for their natural hair?
He keeps saying my hair should be natural. How's that?
Hey!
And it hurts.
This hair is so incredibly hard to manage. Oh, this is just so frustrating. I hate my hair.
This video is a contribution that I want to give to all black women across the entire world, black, brown, mixed race women who suffer from the insecurities related to their hair. You may probably be hearing my voice sound a bit different if you're watching this from another country. So I ask for your understanding and please check your audio settings to best suit your needs, okay?
I'll tell you what, I doubt it. That you who keep telling me to wear my hair natural go through this suffering early. I doubt it. I doubt it. Here I am late to go out having to do what? Try to tie my hair and you find it funny. Oh, but that's because you don't care for it. Don't care for what? Are you with me 24 hours a day and I don't care for it? The struggle it is to tie it up? You don't know, man. You don't know.
My name is Livia Zarut. Since I was 5 years old, I started modeling without really understanding what it was. But also, since I was very young, I never saw my natural hair. My hair was straightened with a net. And only after I turned 20 did I decide to cut my hair.
And from then on, I was always humiliated, especially by my mother and family, because I became a joke. Shuaha.
At 20, I was a typical girl. Thin, very thin, sad, insecure, a virgin, nobody wanted me. And today, when I post these photos, I'll show them on my channel. There's an old video of me as a model and everyone is shocked because I am this today, an old, fat, black woman. And what surprises me is that when I was young, thin, I thought I was a piece of crap. I thought I was ugly. Because your hair is so dull. My love, does your hair happen to do that?
And this one, can he do this? And this one, can he do? And what about this work of art? Can he do it? My love, the day your hair can truly imitate a flower, then you can call my hair boring.
And it took someone else to see the beauty in me. And that's how I began my professional modeling career. The sales director of a big chain, Lojas Americanas, saw me entering the room and said, "Wow, how wonderful," and invited me to walk at the headquarters. And there were two white models, a redhead, a blonde, and they treated me like a maid. She threw her dirty clothes on me and I again felt worthless and started crying. And that's when the sales director saw that situation and said, "No, you are wonderful." And she was a white woman. And she really put me in the spotlight. No, she actually spoke with Dolores, because at that time I modeled for her for the very first time. They spoke with the press office and I ended up getting an article in O Globo newspaper as the Princess of Vigario, as the Cinderella of Vigario Geral. My hair was a little bit longer then, and that's when I truly found myself. Soon after that, I moved to São Paulo and began to wear my black power hairstyle. Today, at 43 years old, I decided to dye my hair pink. It's a long one, isn't it, folks? And it was during this process, which took days and I'm still finishing it, people, that I thought, will people find me beautiful? Will people find me more feminine? I never liked the color pink, but in my head I thought it was cool. So before I do my full makeup routine and get all standardized, I wanted to make this video here to show you, because this is a reflection of just how insecure we as black women often are. How many of us don't have the courage to leave the house with our natural hair? How many don't have the courage to shave their heads completely? And probably many people will be laughing at my hair, thinking I'm ugly. Who knows? Or maybe they'll like it. But this isn't real hair, it's organic. But what makes Erica Hilton give up her own hair? To hide it beneath a wig, a human hair wig?
I don't like to cut at all.
No, we're gonna see your natural hair now, okay, dear?
But this is natural hair.
No, I know that your natural hair underneath is a lot more voluminous, a lot fuller.
It's much more crowded.
So what happens is, with the lace, what kind of effect does it produce? It creates a much more streamlined and slender aesthetic.
It's much slimmer now.
Zuora. And it's not every day you're up for it, because people think Afro hair is easy to manage, right, honey? And it's not, right?
Care needs dedication. It also needs education.
A hand to look after what?
Moistening, a lot of finishing to apply a small piece.
So many famous international black women like Naomi Campbell. You never see her glowing with her natural hair. It must be all ruined underneath from all the lace she's worn. Naomi became a top model because, in addition to her beauty, she had a European phenotype. That's the European view, right? They believe a thin nose, a small mouth is European. But they're wrong. There are many ethnicities on the African continent that have small features and noses and even a bone structure within a certain pattern. So folks, I'm going to quickly list some topics and justifications here. First, many of us, myself included, say, oh, I'm using this because I'm in a hair transition phase. Oh, I wear braids because, I find them more feminine. Oh, because I simply don't like my natural hair. Oh, because it fell out, it has this, it has that, So you keep making excuses to justify a fact. And I, as a YouTuber, I can tell you, it's very difficult to know that you're no longer 20, and people are talking about how beautiful you were when you were 20, but when you were 20, you thought you were ugly, you were insecure. I'll show you my photos from back then. My first photo shoot, I was embarrassed, extremely embarrassed. I was shy, a virgin. Until I was almost 25 years old, I had never been intimate with a man. I was completely virgin. And my first boyfriend was a foreigner. Because the guy I lost my virginity to, he asked me, would you date a beggar? Referring to me. Back then when I was 24 years old, with that body you all idolize, with that youth you all value, a spoiled brat supported by his mom and dad, just because he lived in Botafogo and his mom was a doctor and his dad a lawyer, he compared me to a beggar because I lived in Vigário Geral. And this debate continues, this mental masturbation with Gen Z about hair acceptance, that if you don't like your natural hair as God made it, you hate yourself.
I told the lawyer.
Really?
Seriously, she doesn't want to go. She doesn't want to stay at school. Her friend said her hair doesn't move. Oh, I'm going through it. Ugh.
Hurts, right?
So much. Oh, wow, so much.
It hurts us, right?
Okay, so...
She's been called a black animal at school.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, Anna's not coming with her hair down.
I also find this idea to be quite radical, especially when it's coming from a Generation Z, especially when you see Beyoncé herself being a diva, winning all those awards with her long blonde human hair.
You don't have to cry, no. We know that it really hurts. Are you enjoying your visit here? Like the firmness in your hair now?
Then, white people will say cultural appropriation. They don't even know what cultural appropriation is. They just repeat that word as a provocation because they lack the intellectual capacity to understand its meaning. So they, resentful, they say that. Because they remain ignorant, they don't want to learn about us.
The place where I work, all the girls are white with straight hair. Every single one of them. There, the only one who has, this kind of textured hair is me. I honestly thought I wouldn't even pass the interview, because my hair was in a different state. But I went to a salon and they completely ruined it.
Você said, how am I going to work there with this hair? To be accepted, I had to create this culture of keeping it straight.
They certainly didn't choose you because of your hair. They chose you for your energy, for the person that you are. Mas tu?
Absolutely.
But we black women are compelled to pay 10,000 reais for a hair extension, 400 reais for a lace wig, 100 reais for dull hair. And yes, I want to feel beautiful today. I want people to find me beautiful today. But I must realize that today I'm no longer 20.
You see, the thing is, my husband, when he married me, I was a completely different woman. I used to straighten my hair. I was always wearing makeup. I was different. I took much better care of myself. That's a fact.
Yeah, so I looked a lot prettier than I actually am.
and he always made it clear he preferred me with straight hair, that I should straighten my hair, that he didn't like women with curly hair, that when he met me I was completely different. And I was getting ready, trying to do some kind of a hairstyle here with my hair because it's very... I was so frustrated that I couldn't finish it. He walked right past and said, "Oh my God, your hair looks awful."
Once me my madi a comment about a gringo's maid and her husband, and they started to persecute me. They created a fake account that showed me climbing a ladder here in my shack, and I was sideways going up the stairs. They said, "Look, she's going to end up breaking the ladder," and people laughed at me. And I, having always been thin, always a model, I never truly understood or felt the burden of being overweight. It was after my pregnancy. Even before that, when I got divorced and my husband practically made me gain weight, I began to notice people judging me for it because I never saw any real advantage in being thin, since even being thin, I was still black.
It's almost midnight. I was in my pajamas, sleeping, and I got up just to put this in my hair. I even recorded it for you all to see. I'm really hating my hair because it doesn't give me any self-esteem. It's not a common hair type, and it's definitely not the kind of hair that people easily accept.
I'm making this video. I won't take down my hair because it took a lot of work to put it up, but I decided to produce this video here without any adjustments. I'm going to speak as I am. I am going to speak about how I truly am right now, but continue my work and keep producing myself, yes, putting on every type of unimaginable hair that I want, or appearing with my natural hair as I have before, appearing fat. But people, there's no point in us trying to create an ideal world. In the world of today, as this video is being published, there exists a beauty standard, and it is not black, and women with short hair, especially black women, are not seen as feminine.
Are you completely sure? Natália, I'm observing here that your hair is in its transition phase. Is that what's happening? There's a story behind this straight hair, isn't there? So
Yes.
what exactly is that story, Natália?
So I started getting hair straightening treatments when I was 12 years old. It was during my school days, you know. We used to get a lot of bullying because of our curly hair, and straight hair was considered the prettiest. I just couldn't take it anymore, you know. I couldn't be myself, couldn't wet my hair. And every time I went out, it was such a struggle. I'd spent hours styling it. I'd already tried the transition about 3 times. It was so hard because I didn't feel pretty, you know. But this time, I decided to prove myself.
When was the last time that you did chemistry? September of 2022.
So, you're telling me it's been 2 years now, but the thing is, your hair is completely straight. And if you haven't had any chemical treatment for 2 whole years, then what exactly have you been doing to your hair during this entire period without chemicals?
He was brushing. And did you surf a lot? Yes, a lot.
You came expecting to find hair with a longer natural root. Yes. But here, Natália, we only have a finger's width of natural hair, and this is called thermal straightening. It's the power that the flat iron has, along with the brush, to create a straightening effect whose final result is very similar to chemical straightening. You didn't leave any curl in your hair. You took it all out. You straightened it completely. And now you really want to go back to your natural hair. Do you think this will help you identify more, strengthen yourself more, and truly free yourself from this place of oppression that always limited you? Ultimately, we would have to cut off all of your hair to completely free it from this chemical process that permanently straightened your strands. Now, just look at the brand new you. Wow, guys!
But you might say, no, but I think I'm feeling super. My self-esteem has risen because I'm bold now. That's your own personal experience. Because you are thin, you fit the standard. Try to be bold and fat. you have other attributes that balance the absence of hair. So my sincere opinion on this entire debate happening worldwide about the hatred of textured hair is 1. We must look directly at the pain. 2. We also have to symbolically try to break this pattern. 3. We must teach our audience that others' complexes shouldn't be transferred to you. So my mother kept humiliating me, saying I was ugly because she thought she was ugly. She was always straightening her hair. She didn't accept her own hair. And her hair was much finer than mine. So this was her insecurity that she passed on to me. And if today I'm putting in this pink hair, which is the first time I'm doing it, I want to do it because for me it's fun. For me, it's artistic too, to play around with your hair. It only becomes toxic when you don't have the courage to step out in the street with your natural hair, when your partner doesn't see you with natural hair, when you can't take off your lace. So whenever I can, I'll be here showing my natural hair, taking off my lace in front of you all, because I see that many people wouldn't have the same courage as me.
Some women are truly enslaved by it, addicted to lace wigs. So there are truly women addicted to wearing lace wigs.
It's easy to feel beautiful when you're camouflaged. It's easy to feel beautiful with mascara, with makeup, with lipstick. It's easy to feel beautiful when you're thin, to feel beautiful within a reality that, yes, we can philosophize all we want. In today's world, yes, it's true. You with short hair are seen one way, long hair is seen another way. People treat women in their 40s as if their life is practically over, and it will be us, women in our 40s, 50s, and 60s, who will show you that's not true.
Let's not stop let's stop romanticizing. Let's not stop romanticizing. I woke up this morning, took out my weave, my self-type weave, because I'm wearing it in braids to help it grow. I don't want to cut it. I actually want to. My husband said, let your hair grow, Christian, like our submissive mother. Breathe. We're trying to obey. Let's go. So, said, you cut past, I'll go see my, I took off my weave, took off the wig I had on, and I went to see my hair. It looked good, brother. I said, but I'm going to stay like this. No, I'm going to stay. It's beautiful. Look.
The black cape.
Mom, as the day went on, my sister, oh, for goodness sake, sis, I kept looking in the mirror and said, when I remembered all the tasks I have to do tomorrow, I said, I have to wake up early to finish this hair. No, I can't. No. Plus, I don't like wet hair. You know that hair. Those women with that hair, caking it with cream. God forgive me, but I think it's so ugly. Caking it. Really? Is it pretty? It's ugly. It's not pretty. It's ugly, sis. You get it? I said, I'll put cream in my hair until it dries. I don't have a diffuser. I was immediately overcome with panic. I said, stop. No, it's not that we don't like it, no sis, but we're in a constant state of immediacy. Our time is running out. 3 children, sister. So when you stop, you want to simplify life. That's the way it is, sister. And then I was like, but once I made up my mind about this hairstyle, I'm going to keep my hair like this, and it looks great because I am beautiful, my love. Okay, hair doesn't make me know, right? It's just an accessory. I know who I am. You see?
God, glory to God.
So I decided to create this content here to tell you, from any part of the world, black woman, that I'm right here. I'm the one who put it in. I've got pink hair. I almost never see anyone on the street with pink hair. It's long, and I honestly couldn't have it like this naturally. And yes, when I create content for Europe, I know people will give me more credibility. They'll find me prettier with this hair, even though it's not even human hair, is it? On Beta Bocha's channel, I was recommended a video by a blogger who criticizes kinky hair and is being criticized. I'll be reacting quickly here to also bring this content in multiple languages. Please don't mind the changing light because the sun is out, so sometimes the awning comes and blocks and unblocks the sun. While I'm watching this video, I'll be applying the new lipstick that I just bought. I want to see what you think, because I was a bit unsure. I don't know if it's good or not. The lipstick is this one here, which is from a white influencer, right? But she had a cool initiative because she made sure to show it for both dark and light skin. So I bought it mainly for that because I could get an idea, but I'll put the photo up and I think it gave a different result on me. I'm showing the lipstick here. So let's get to the video.
influencer is facing criticism for speaking ill of natural curly hair. We all know that this particular subject always generates a lot of controversy, don't we? But this particular instance is somewhat different.
Let me tell you, I doubt that you, who keep telling me to wear my hair natural, go through this so.
Nothing against the young lady, folks, but
Look, I'm late to go, and what do? Try to fix my hair, and you find this funny? Oh, but that's because I don't care. Don't care for what? You're with me 24 hours a day, and you don't care? How hard it is to secure it. You don't know, man. You don't know. I'm here trying to secure it. Put everything together, you know? Gather everything here to make it nice and secure. Look how it turns out. Ah! I try, I pull, then I stretch it this way and grab it. I stretch the other part and pull, Vanuzinha. Pull it with force, Vanuza. That's it. Pull, suck it all in, Vanuzinha.
wow, I don't think all this content will fit in one video, right? Sounds like Jojo Todinho. Need to shout and that ghetto voice. Ugh, I can't stand it. No, people, nothing against the girl. Let me make that clear. It's the tone of her voice. She sounds like she's just had a beer or two. I can't stand it. And so she is complaining right now, using a scrubbing brush for washing clothes to hold her hair back in place, and she licks it just like a cow would have.
Tell them, is it possible when we're trying to get ready to go out and you're just rocking your natural hair?
So at least she gained many views. Keep your natural hair. Yeah, she's probably old enough to be her mom, right? Because this is Gen Z, right? Today in Brazil, you get pregnant at age 9.
How's it gonna be? I'm telling you, I doubt it.
So that was the topic, wasn't it? About curly hair.
Oh, my hair is so coarse. It's so difficult to take care of it. Oh, what a sorrow. I hate my hair. Tell me more about how you hate yourself out loud.
By 2025, you still haven't understood how to treat your curly hair. With all the resources, we have specific products for our curl type. Then for me, I'm done. It's not about that. It's just about going viral. It's just about monetization and earning dollars. And those who work online know exactly what gives visibility, what makes a video reach high places, and in the same proportion, what pleases and displeases many people. And especially people who share your characteristics. But you already know that this happened last year. It's happening this year, and it will happen next year. It's no wonder they have so many videos like this, being as talented as they are, just as I said last year.
Yo, you think that coily and curly hair is no work? This video is for you. Here I will prove to you why coily and curly hair is hard work. First, just to detangle it, it takes more than 1-2 hours. This in the shower. Then we'll apply a cream, right, to style it. I take, I don't know, 2 or 3 hours for curl definition. How can it not be a lot of work this way? Yes, of course your hair will be a lot of work, because basically you're caring for it in the...
Yes, truly, curly hair is a lot of work and also costs money. It costs money. You have to buy a jar of cream this size. Those from my generation know that back then we had those jars of cream like this one that cost $1. They were colorful like rainbows, and the cream would run down the back of our hair. Remember, we'd wet our hair, apply the cream, it'd run onto our shirts, and we'd be a laughing stock. I lived through that era. This young man, he's a rare sight. I don't see many of them on the street, at least not in the poorer neighborhoods, black men with hair, as long as his. And he's a guy who looks very handsome. He has an afro phenotype, bright, broad nostrils. He looks really good with this hair, you know. It's not super short and it suited him very well. He used a technique that's very trendy now, which is some finer strands, right? On him, this hair looked very good. On him, aesthetically, it's beautiful, but I don't guarantee it will look good on others.
Not in the way that it truly needs to be cared for. So you're basically blaming your hair for the choices you've made. So the kapis is who sit up
Just to point out this, oh sorry everyone, then we enter into the whole beauty debate. I genuinely find this young man very handsome. You know, he has a wide nose, full lips, a beard. I really like men with beards, and he has these little eyes that make him look Japanese. What a truly handsome guy. It's the silver. Catson, he's quite beautiful.
So there's no way for you to keep up with the hair routine, right, of that blogger or that influencer who has extremely curly or extremely wavy hair when your own hair is coily. There's just no way. it's obvious that it's going to be a lot of work.
It's the entire issue concerning hair texture. There's a specific term in the United States that's gaining increasing recognition, and it refers to this very thing: discriminating against individuals based on their specific hair textures. So, yes, people sometimes use natural hair. They pay 10,000 reais for hair that's curly, but the kind of curly that's soft and manageable. It's not kinky hair, which has the shrinkage factor, making your head look very round, right?
It's obvious that your hair is going to cause you a lot of trouble. Listen, girl, just stop and think. Reflect on it. You are trying.
It's just that I'm in a dry spell, you know? This guy talking like that, baby, you know? Then you just...
Trying to force a curl pattern on your hair that it just won't accept. It simply won't. Curl definition techniques are not for your hair. It's obvious you'll spend 3, even 2 hours on styling, on curl definition, or even finger coiling. It's obvious. It's obvious that this routine will be exhausting. No one can endure that. It's obvious that your hair will be a lot of work, but there's a huge difference between the work your hair naturally gives and the work you're creating for it. And all this just to try and beautify your hair. Yes, you didn't realize it, but you only see beauty in textured hair, and that's why you desperately try to make these elaborate styles last.
So he's speaking, you know, but he's looking quite attractive with that hair, isn't he? Let's be objective. He looks very handsome with that hair. Castle. Now the other one in the yellow tank top, her screaming, her talking already makes me nervous, but her hair is complicated. No, I mean, she just tied her hair up and made a big fuss, right? Just to do that, right? But it's all just to go viral.
Gather everything here to make it neat and then tie it. Look how it turns out. I try, I pull, then I stretch. May I speak?
All of that is the Jojo Todinho version, the clownish black woman, the scandalous ghetto woman. That's another archetype that is quite complicated. So let's try to build the Generation Z narrative. Oh, come on, let's just accept it. Let's just be. No, people, no. Because people only follow her. She only becomes viral because she makes them laugh, you know? She is a laughing stock, practically.
Listen, girls, let me tell you something. Oh, darling, why don't you care for your natural hair? I don't like it. I don't have patience. My curl type is 4C with no definition. So it only looks good when I get it done at the salon that day because I sleep, wake up, and it's already undefined, already awful. So I don't like it. So people say they don't like their hair because they haven't learned to deal with it.
Every type of hair requires a specific product, a specific routine, and specific treatments. It's no use trying to treat your hair as if it were straight and then expecting it to respond well. And you only truly commit to understanding what genuinely interests you, what you truly desire. So if you truly wish to embrace your natural curly hair, you must make a conscious effort to get to know it.
I saw a video where Jojo Todinho mentioned that she doesn't like her hair.
Where she gets many haters saying, oh, come on, it's your roots, how you really should like your hair because you I think you all need to understand one thing. It's not because you're black that, oh, you must love yourself. You must people, I love my color. I love my features, but my hair is a 4C. My hair is a 4C. I don't like to wear my hair.
I don't know how to take care. I don't know how to take care of my hair. I don't really take care of my hair. I really admire it when I go for a walk and I see girls with very big 4C hair, so well cared for, well hydrated, without any dryness. I think it's truly beautiful. I think it's absolutely wonderful. But I don't like my own hair because I don't take care of it. Because I put in braids, I don't have a break. I put in braids, I put in weaves, I use lace fronts. So I don't have any time to properly care for my hair.
And Jojo Todinho also has this whole thing with lace wigs. Wearing lace wigs, using many different styles of of hair, so she doesn't really need to focus on that kind of hair care like hydration, restoration, and nutrition. And for C hair, being a more rigid type of nitsi, eu que suis them fatsima, na needs this care. Otherwise, it won't look its base. It doesn't have the same defined curl as other hair. It's kinky hair, practically without any defined curls, so it really needs proper care. If we don't take care of it properly, exactly the way it needs us to, it just won't look good.
I didn't want to blow out, wake up early. I didn't want to.
And the amazing thing is, she's actually saying that she doesn't feel beautiful with her own hair. I get it. She has a beautiful face. So ayo sa yalisun theater they use now koka little black girl. The little black girl is crying because of her hair. She can't see herself as beautiful, right? So what would you do in this situation as a mother of a girl? Would you say, oh, you're beautiful, wonderful? Fail, because the world out there might not find you beautiful. Then you'll have to bring that self-esteem. And besides that, another thing, something they told me when I started wearing the Black Power hairstyle in Sao Paulo is that you have to have personality to sustain it. Because beauty goes much further than just the texture of your hair. It's the complete package. And the example, that girl screaming with her hair, truly disgusted me. Not her specifically, but the whole spectacle, the tone of voice, the style, the way it was done. Truly, it didn't convey beauty. Now, regarding this young girl here, it's another insecurity that I also had at her age. I think the first solution I'd give if I were her mother, it would be things like hair, shoes, and various items of clothing. Content, style. It is something constructed. It's something you must acquire. It's something you really need to explore. So, while you're just crying there, you're not solving the problem. You're just in a place of lamentation. So, you first need to dedicate more time to researching the shape of your face, researching on the internet for examples of hair and hairstyles. And if you're so debilitated, young lady, in such a globalized world today, and you're just there, I would suggest grab the clippers and shave your head. Just shave it. There, you won't have a single problem anymore. You won't have to think about several creams, several procedures. No, start from scratch like everything in life.
And it's all about finding the right solutions. Just shave off this fucking hair, I said. Shave it off. That's enough.
Why stay there whining? Oh, I don't want to wake up early, which I already find so dramatic. I don't want to wake up early to blow dry my hair. It's you who wants to blow dry it because you have red nails there and I don't have nails. So you took time to grow your nails and you chose a color that was interesting to you.
So, it's the very same thing with your hair. You weren't born with white skin and you won't just wake up with straight hair. The problem is that deep in your subconscious mind, you believe the only way to truly exist is to wake up with perfectly straight hair. And that's precisely why it's such a big problem. People say, yeah, black people don't like their own. No, but tell me, where do you see beauty? Where do you see black people with natural hair? Bald women being loved?
It's quite complicated. So if I were to have a daughter, I would be extremely radical because it's like a little chick, you know, a baby bird, right? You have to push it so that it can fly because otherwise it just stays there trembling and will never have the strength to fly. So people, I'm going to tell you something that is hard because I had a caregiver who taught me through pain, and this growing through pain, unfortunately, it forged me into a stronger person. So if you don't know how to take care of your hair, shave it off. See how you look naked. That's exactly right. When I started, after the divorce, I wasn't in anymore, and a guy told me, an Italian, I'd be with you, but you need to slim down a little. The thing is, his vision of a woman's body is European, or a Latina woman with a European phenotype, and not a black woman, you know, dark-skinned. You know what I did? I put myself out there. I took a picture of me all glittery. Those who saw, those who didn't, and they took down my Instagram. But I explored all my beauty, focusing on my strong points. I made myself more feminine. I put on a low-cut top, and now look how surprising. I went to a specific adult website where there are many women with my exact physical profile with big breasts just like mine, and the men were going absolutely wild. That's exactly what happened. So, if a guy, he's 20 years old, he's bald, he suffers from baldness, he's short, what's he going to do about it? Is he going to just cry? No. Is he going to solve the problem? No, he won't. So I think we really need to start accepting a fact. In today's world, some things are beautiful, others are ugly. You can contribute to the change, but you have to bring a very interesting take on this. On this version, people will pressure you to conform to a specific standard. They will constantly remind you of a past version of yourself that you no longer are. People were criticizing me, saying I wasn't the model Livia from 20 years ago anymore. I have a video here on my channel, I'll show it to you. Brazilian ethnicity, oh, Livia Zaruti. It has almost 50,000 views already. I don't know why YouTube recommended such an old video. So beautiful, same little face. Nossa, beautiful inside and out. Then a man sees a beautiful woman like that and thinks, I'll ruin her life, I'll tell her I love her, marry her, make her feel like the most loved woman in the world. Then after she gives up everything for me, gains weight, depends on me, I'll leave her with nothing and move on with my life. The men are such jerks. Well said, but how can you say all men do that? And that's when the argument started, right? Blah, 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 doom. So, Livia isn't just a standard mold. I love the photos, but these days she's also perfect. Thank you, my love. Who's watching in November 2019? So, it's not just having self-esteem. I still have to deal with the fact that my ex made me gain weight. I'm not as beautiful as I once was. I'm old. I'm 43 years old. So the battle isn't solely with ourselves. It's also with society, which creates certain expectations for you, and you inevitably find yourself influenced by them. Therefore, I believe you should approach your hair as simply another accessory, much like how you regard your fingernails. You don't typically spend time lamenting the fact that you don't possess long nails, I presume. So treat your hair as just another accessory. It doesn't have to be 100% natural, just because we have to fight against whiteness. But you also don't have to turn into someone who can never see herself in the mirror with her natural hair. I believe women are treating this hair issue with too much seriousness. They're adding unnecessary weight. It's just another accessory. It's something you can play with and have fun, okay? And watch the video about cruel skin from the periphery. And if you want to see my old photos, there's a video and also my journey video for you to understand what happened in my marriage, and also about... I'll leave the My Journey playlist because you'll also see the Italian guys I dated. They're there too, okay? I'll wait for you there. Bye-bye.